Welcome back. We've been talking about digital assets this morning and all week. I am joined right now by the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Lynn Martin. Lynn, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me on, Maria. It's always a treat to be on with you.
Thank you. And I want to start with what you've announced at the New York Stock Exchange, developing tokenized securities platform. What will that look like?
Absolutely. So it continues our tradition that we've had for 233 years, which is to revolutionize markets and do so in a responsible way. So what we announced this Monday was that we've developed the infrastructure which allows for the tokenization of equity markets. And it brings in all of the positive aspects of a tokenized environment. 24/7 trading, digital settlement, immediate settlement, and writing to a blockchain, as well as what's needed in the equities markets, including fractional shares, trading in notionals, the demand that we've heard from customers.
This is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
This is a big deal to go to a tokenized platform. Do you think every market will eventually be tokenized?
I think aspects of the technology are going to seep into every market. So if I take a step back and think about one of the truly positive implementations of this technology, it's that instantaneous settlement. What instantaneous settlement does is it frees up capital. It frees up capital, which allows markets to become more liquid. The more liquid a market becomes, tighter bid-offer spread gets. A great data point where we've seen this in practice is when the U.S. equity markets went from settling T+2 to T+1 just last year. We've seen 40% increase in volumes on the New York Stock Exchange, 2025 to 2024. Now, some of that's due to volatility, but a lot of that is also the freeing up of capital that the shorter settlement cycle really brings into the market.
That's a great point. Now, do tokenized shareholders participate in dividends and in buybacks and in everything else that an ordinary or regular shareholder would?
So importantly, we are going to allow for the ability for someone to take tokenized shares from DTC, the clearinghouse, and move them to our platform, as well as the issuing of native tokens on the platform.
Okay. Let me switch gears, ask you a little about what you're expecting for 2026 in terms of the IPO backlog, in terms of what you're looking at in terms of new listings and from where. What are you expecting?
We're seeing demand from all sectors. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a super cycle year in terms of the amount of deals that come to market. Now, I'm not just talking about the mega IPOs. They may or may not come to market, but there's a tremendous amount of demand of backlog companies that have been sitting on sponsors' books, as well as companies that have just wanted to go for some time and put plans on hold because of volatility.
So are these private equity companies, or are these original companies that want to go public on their own?
A bit of both.